Hello, my name is Agnieszka. I come from Poznań, Poland. And what I do? I help crafty people, handmade artists, to take their businesses online. But it wasn't like that all the time. It changed when I joined Kickstart. I used to work as an architect. I owned my studio, but with 2 kids, it was a hard work. So I needed a change. I came back to all things crafty that actually led me to architecture, and I tried with Kickstart to run my first crocheting course. So that's a funny story because it changed my life. Not only I realized what can be done in online business, that you can work while having kids at home, but also you can earn decent money. So it changed everything because not only the course made me earn money from home, but also help other crafters to do the same. It changed my career because now I do not have to run around at the building site in high heel shoes. I can work from home. And the third child that appeared shortly after I launched my first courses made me realize that it's possible to have it both, the family life and the business life. So now I'm really glad to admit that Kickstart really made it for me. It was hard at the beginning to put it all together. All the naps when kids were asleep and I was working on Kickstart course. Now when I remember that and I see that I have course that is still earning money for me and I can chill out, that's a brilliant experience. So, it's really funny because there are a lot of moms that I know that start their businesses. And I was one of them with 2 kids on board, thinking about, starting from scratch. And it wasn't really easy because for a lady architect earning, 6-figure invoices, it was really hard to start from scratch. But when I started, I noticed that a lot of moms use their kids as an excuse. I didn't want to be one of them. So to me, that was a matter of really hard will to decide that this online thing I had no idea about before, that's going to change my life. And I will be able to have it both. The kids, the family, and successful professional life that could fulfill my ambitions. And to be honest, it wasn't that easy during Kickstart. Yes, it took time. Yes, it took effort. And we moms, we all know how logistics can play tricks on us. I was working during my kids' naps and there were 2 of them. So, synchronizing the naps, that was a skill as well, important as the online skills that I was learning. But during the process, I discovered that there are so many women doing the same thing as me. Many of us had plenty of excuses. The kids, no money, husband who is not really supportive. And I did experience that as well. But you know what? That made me realize that it's my decision and I'm going to be responsible for the success. And when it came, there was no other feeling like that. I made it. I made it on my own. Of course, there was a lot of support in Kickstart, but it wasn't nobody else's work. It was my work. And owning it, that made me realize that everything is possible. Sky is the limit. After finishing Kickstart, and I was selling crocheting courses, business courses, and launching that made me realize that if I can sell crocheting courses and make lots of money with that, what else is possible for me? So when I had that something shifting in my head, making me realize that it's possible, I felt that power that I want to show that to the world, show that to my crafting friends who are, complaining that we artists, we don't earn much, and that's just a belief in our head. So I went on a mission to change that belief with other handmade artists. And now what I do? I share the know-how with Polish handmade artists to show them that they can create courses just like mine and, follow my footsteps. And who would have thought that sometime after Kickstart, I will be standing on a red dot, inspiring them by delivering an epic speech on TEDx stage. Who would have thought that a mom of 3 now, because, somewhere along the way, we decided to have a 3rd kid, as it is so possible to work with kids on board. Who would have thought that I will also publish a book not only self-publish, but also crowdfund all the money that is needed to publish a book, because there is such a huge community following my footsteps. And for us, Polish crafters, it's really also a matter of showing off to the world. I always believed that there is this magic to handmade. Handmade, which brings people together, makes them talk, makes them brainstorm. And I discovered that it's the same thing in Kickstart. It's so hard to do things on your own, but at the same time, it's so easy to do it, all together. And just like in this crafting world, we do it together in Kickstart, and that makes the process easy. What I discovered in Kickstart was also the community. I'm this person that likes to be around other people. Maybe that's why the crafting profession, because during crafting workshops, we just sit around, we talk, we exchange knowledge. And to me, that's a really easy way to gain new skills, to gain new knowledge. And I saw the same mechanism operating in Kickstart. Of course, it's an online thing, so we watch videos online. But there's also this community, lots of people doing the same thing at the same time. And to me, that was a nice kick in the butt. Not to, drop down somewhere along the way, not to use those, easy excuses like time, money, or, the environment is not supporting me. And it turned out that those 10 weeks, it did pass by very quickly. And what would I add now? If you're thinking about Kickstart, I remember myself thinking like, is this online thing for me? Is it just for them, like the better ones? They can make it. I don't have those resources. And I was looking at those ladies sharing stories just like mine. And I was thinking to myself, no, that's not me. So if you're thinking, it's not you, think about me this way. She was a mom of 2 back then. She had a husband who was saying to her, so you needed those architectural studies to teach others crocheting online now? And I was that person always tired at home and feeling that I'm like dying out inside. Because I could have the professional life or I could have the family. And at that point, I felt that if I won't change something, if I won't decide that I want to do something differently, it won't change. It was scary. To be honest, I bought the program with the first installments, and that was all I had on my account. And when I told my husband, he was like, "Are you freaking crazy?" And I didn't tell him that that was just the first installment, right? So, now when I look at it, it's really a funny story, but back then it was really scary. But I feel grateful because that pushed me. I had no other way to succeed, and it came. And the success, it doesn't come with, only manifesting it, thinking about it, and, dreaming about it. It's not served on a silver platter. It comes with work. And at the beginning, yes, it's going to be hard. Yes, it's going to be doubtful. Yes, you're going to have all those weird feelings about, can I make it? But when it comes, you're going to be so excited that it'll blow air to your wings. And believe me, you're going to fly. And I'm so glad that there are many women doing the Kickstart. In a way, I kind of feel there is this revolution coming up with the Kickstart. We can work from home. We could have it both, have the family, have the business life. And there are more and more and more of us. And it's getting easier and easier because we've got those role models that are like giving us the hand and pulling us up. So if you're out there thinking about that, somewhere deep in your heart thinking, maybe that's for me, maybe I should try, I would tell you, just try. And then put some work to it. And that's a guarantee you're gonna have success. Because when you put your heart and mind to it, there's no other option.